Hi everyone, this is Caroline. And have you ever seen the movie The Abyss talks about the story oil driller rescuing the submarine crew? And the movie Avatar talks about a fight between human and the Na'vi people to compete for resources. And the movie Titanic talks about the moving romantic story between Jack and Rose. However, you can find the Marxism worldviews as hiding lines in these three movies. And the Marxist worldview is a new materialism, which including dialectical materialism and historical materialism. And historical materialism is used to understand class relations and social conflict, as well as a dialectical perspective to view social transformation throughout the whole and long history, from human society to slave society through feudal society to capitalist society. There have always been class differences, class contradictions, and class struggles. The inequality and unfair treatment between different classes are always exist. And for this presentation, by analyzing these three movies, all directed by James Cameron, to explore Cameron's method of expressing Marxism in movies. And this. Cameron is good at hiding the Marxist worldviews in movies. It can also be said that he takes Marxism as a secondary line in movies to show it to us audience. And first, I will talk about the abyss. Concerning the abyss, there is a class system. Class struggles embodies between the working class, which is represented by Bud Bridgman, and the capitalist, which is represented by Hiram Coffey. When Cameron describes the two character, he used the rhetoric of people to show the audience Bridgman is characterized as a decent person, which Coffey is characterized as the harsh person. This movie is not only talks about the rescue story, it persists a somewhat class structure that is a symbol of working class, the capitalist and the capitalist. And for second movie is Avatar. For this movie, when we mentioned Avatar, the first scene most people think of is the beautiful blue and the beautiful of the Na'vi people. But behind the beautiful things, there is a very grim class struggles between greedy people and the kind Na'vi people. Avatar features a classical class struggle beyond the borders. The greedy people represents the colonialism and imperialism. The Na'vi people represents the working class, and Marx has noted colonialism is another form of capitalism. Capitalists used colonization as a means to achieve permanent accumulation, the original sign of capital. Lenin observed that imperialism is the highest stage of capitalism. Lenin critical of capitalism still remains relevant today. And the third movie is Titanic. James state, no matter how explicit Cameron made his views on class and power struggles in The Abyss and Aliens, both films serve primarily as an ideological warm-up for Titanic, which makes the Marxist class struggle the dominant paradigm within which the narrative is constructed. Titanic is a very obvious class structure film which tells a beautiful and touching love story of poor painter Jack and the woman Rose, who are in different social classes, abandoning the pursuit of the world and falling in love. And finally, Jack gave up the chance of life to Rose. There are lots of things embodying the serious and sharp class struggles, which also shows audience the inequality and unfair treatment between the first class and the third class. For example, we can realize the unfairness through the use of color, which is the rhetoric of color. Black and brown are all colors in Jack's crowded room with other three people. However, we can see in Rose's room, there is enough all kinds of colors in her room, and which is the representative of the first class people's room. And we can see the contrast of between the first class people and the third class people. And in conclusion, through analyzing the three movies, we learned that Cameron is good at hiding the Marxist worldviews in movies. It can also be said that he takes Marxism as a secondary line in movies to show it to the audience. And in our daily lives, we could also use the method to express us, which is more interesting and intriguing. And this is my reference, and that's all. Thank you. Bye-bye.